What's up, everybody? Josh, starterringutterbusiness.com. Today we have a kind of a little bit different downspout to do here. So I'm going to show you guys how to navigate these little more unusual downspout situations. So we have a pretty big fascia, so we have to drop down to that lower elbow, and then we have a step in the siding as well, and then we have to mount to concrete. So got kind of a little bit of everything. So stay tuned, here we go. Okay, so this fascia is pretty big, elbow is low, so what we have to do is connect, I just call it a drop. So we're gonna have a drop piece that drops to our first elbow. Normally this would connect right to there, but not in this instance. So what I did was punched my hole back towards the back of the gutter. That way it's nice and tight to that big fascia. And another thing I was thinking of when I started this downspout was I don't want it to be that visible from these windows. So I'm kind of hiding it back in this corner, and hopefully you won't be able to see this out of this window at all. So what we'll do is, I just like to use an elbow for just mock-up. So these downspout sleeves into these 1.5 inches. So what I'll do is put my elbow where I want it, measure down an inch, about an inch, 1.25 inches, something like that, or 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, and we're at 8.5. So we'll kind of skim over these details on building the downspout because I have a couple videos already of full downspout installation, but I just want to show you guys kind of this more specialty stuff that you run into from time to time. So I got my drop piece cut. One thing that I've seen my guys miss on these that you need to do is, you know, we're in Montana, so we got ice and heavier stuff coming through the downspouts. And what they'll do is attach the screws, screw this to the outlet hole, but then forget to put screws into this thing. And a lot of that weight is on this. So make sure you screw this thing into that drop piece of downspout. And I just throw one on each side. And then this being dropped like this, it also adds a lot of leverage from wind and whatever else to this whole setup, just because there's more distance between the outlet and the siding. And so I like to put extra screws in all the joints just to make sure that's all a little sturdier than normal. So I brought my other elbow up with me. It's kind of nice, I have a little shelf up here, so I just brought a whole downspout so I can just cut them all up here. This is a 20-foot ladder, and it's not very time effective to hike up and down the ladder a bunch of times, so brought it all with me. So what you want to keep in mind here, this thing's kind of flexible. So another thing to look out for on these is you want to make sure this thing is coming straight down. Just throw your level on there. You want that to look nice and plumb. And that affects your measurement here. So you want to keep that in mind when you're getting your crossover measurement. Okay, so once it's kind of all installed, just kind of look at it, throw your level on this way, make sure it's coming straight down this way and this way. So they're it can be a little trickier to do than a standard one, just because you need to make sure this top part looks really nice, coming down straight this way and this way. So don't mind all the dust on all this stuff. We've got to clean it up a little bit when we're done, but what's going on here, this siding sticks out over the concrete, and normally you don't have this big of a retaining wall on the side of a building, but this is the back, and apparently they didn't want to put siding on it. But instead of just floating this, it looks a lot nicer to hug this back to the wall and then do your downspout back to it. So what I like to do, since they don't make ledge jumpers in all these sizes, is just go ahead and make your own little ledge jumper. So this is just a 12-inch chunk. I'm gonna hold it on there, and I'm gonna bevel this top so it fits into there a little better. So you can see I kind of beveled it sideways. And then the goal is to have that bevel set level. Have that bevel set level once it's installed. So I got that on. And then you'll want to just check to make sure that's all nice and level. And then we'll put our next clip right here in the concrete. So concrete. What I use for concrete is, it's like a pinch bolt system. That's what a concrete guy would call it. So standard number 10, 1.5 inch screw, 3/16 drill bit. What I'll do is I'll just go ahead and drill the hole where I want my clip. A hammer drill makes this a lot easier. You can use these in an impact, but they really penetrate a lot easier in most stone with a hammer drill. That is a dull drill bit. Whew, there we go. So once you have your hole drilled, these downspout cutters that I use make a little scrap of metal that is, I don't know, a little less than 1/4 inch wide, probably a little less than 3/16. So these work perfect for just creating a pinch bolt effect. So I just cut like about a 2-inch chunk of it out of your scrap material. And I've seen the old timers use, you know, just like even little tree branches or whatever. The problem with those is that wood dries out eventually, whereas this metal won't ever change. So you just go ahead and shove that into your hole. I usually kind of bend a little flap on there, and then line your clip up and just screw right into that hole like you normally would. That way you're using some scraps that you have, and it works really well. And they hold up really well as well. So for the bottom here, what I like to do is check it with my level, get it in the right spot, and then go ahead and make a mark where I want the edge of my clip. It's the easiest way to do it, because you're gonna have to bend this out of the way to get that concrete drilled somewhat close to the center. Make sure you over drill a little bit. I shoot for about 2 inches. So again, we'll grab about a 2-inch chunk and just wiggle that guy in there. There we go. So I hope you guys liked my quick, easy solution for downspouts mounted into concrete. Works for brick, stone, even the grout around stone. Anything besides wood siding, basically. So hope it helped you guys out. Make sure and comment below. Let me know how you guys do it, if you do it differently. And like, subscribe. See you on the next one. Thanks for watching.